think that first thing, which I really feel that a learner should be in practice. Okay, the main problem is they don't practice. Okay, I always tell my students that always practice with yourself. So what they do, they mostly rely on the classes, or they don't even join the classes. Okay, sometimes, but they miss the classes, but they do rely on the classes. But whenever, how much I tell them that don't only rely on the classes. You have to practice on yourself, or you have to practice uh, from any source, but they don't do. So that is the main problem. Even after 3 months or 4 months, also they come and complain that they are not that much fluent. So that is the main issue, which I think. Even not only about your student, I also came across one kind of student who started to blame that no, learning spoken English is very difficult, it's not possible for me. But then when I asked him that how much do you practice every day, then he said that I don't get time, I only practice while taking the class. So this is the main problem I really feel. So what
Yeah.
do you think, Piyush? Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like practice is most important key factor in succeeding in learning even any language, not only English, but even learning any language. Practice is the most important thing. And the learners actually say that we practice a lot, but the way of their practicing, and as you mentioned, some learners say we are practicing with you. So apart from us, also you have to give your free time, because when you give free times to your like self learning, then you can succeed much more faster as compared to the one who is just taking classes over here. Okay. So the second point I would like to mention over here is inconsistency. Rahul was initially very excited, let's say, but dropped his learning after the 2 weeks. What do you think? Like that consistency is such a game changer, or for the learners, or not?
Yes, Piyush. So I really feel that this type of scenario I also have faced. So lots of learners enroll for spoken English classes, or they buy courses, but they don't continue. So the reason is that, like, if anybody is office goer, so their reason is, no, I have lots of work pressure and all that, and or they start to get focused on other things. So that is the main thing why they're what it is a reason of inconsistency, and that the inconsistency becomes the reason of their lack of skills. And later they start to blame the English language, that, oh my god, it is so difficult, I can't do it. So definitely inconsistency is a key factor. If you want to learn something, you have to be consistent every day, at least for 5 minutes also. Students should practice with themselves. Okay, most of the students say that I don't have time, but I think you can manage to have 5 minutes if you want to learn something. Another thing is, Piyush, I really feel that some of the learners are there who, even after enrolling themselves in a spoken English course, they are very much worried about mistakes. Okay, they really feel that, oh my god, I will talk and I will make mistakes, let's not do it. Okay, so even they talk in front of the trainer because the trainers are there to rectify their mistakes, but after the class with the normal people, they are very much hesitant to talk with, because they say that in front of the trainer they are they're bound to rectify my mistakes, but I'm not going to get embarrassed in front of other people. So this feeling should not also be there in your mind, I mean in any learner's mind, because you will make mistake, it's okay to make mistake, that's okay. People can understand that you are learning, and if you don't make mistake, then how can you be expert in any something? So don't get afraid of making mistake, I really feel so. So Piyush, what do you think?
Right. People who like fear of making mistake, like has the self-judgmental quality. They like can speak in front of us in a very clear tone or in a very perfect manner, but apart from like having lectures from us, they don't practice it. As I usually say, they don't practice in their home. They don't practice it with their neighbors or the surroundings they belong to. So then they lack the motivation and they come to our session and say again and again, sir, I'm not able to like speak in front of others. I am here able to speak in a perfect tone. But what about when I speak in like when I speak to someone else? Like I didn't get that much of response. Some learners also said to me this also, that sir, here I'm perfect, But when I talk to the surrounding from where I belong, I don't get a positive response, or I don't get that much of response as you get. So, learners, you have to understand that we are encouraging you, right? It doesn't matter that the surrounding will, like, in the initial phase, will encourage you. So you have to just keep going with the flow. You don't have to see that whether you are getting like a positive or the negative feedback. Yeah, you have to consider all the feedbacks, but you don't have to rely on them, and you have to lack of like, I would say, you don't have to lack motivation. You have to be very consistent, and you have to be proper, like, you have to keep going with the flow, I would say. You don't have to be worry about that you are right or wrong. Okay, just get with the flow, and once you would make all the difference as the time passes by. Okay, so the next point
Exactly.
I would like to mention over here is that is over focus on grammar, not the uses. So, Rima, I would have encountered many learners. They said me, sir, I don't know this rule, I don't know that grammar rule. And I like, is it really matter? I didn't understand that why learners always said that, please, sir, teach me first tenses, then I'm going to speak. So I didn't understand that even, let's say I teach you 100 rules. And what if you are not able to use two rules in your daily life? So what's the uses of that learning, right? So, Rima, what do you think about that? Learning rules is quite enough to get started in the initial phases of your conversation?
Well, Piyush, absolutely not. I really don't agree that you should learn grammar first and then start speaking. No, I think like grammar, we when we were kids, that time it was encouraged that to learn grammar first and do that, do speaking and all that. And the result is ultimately that we can't speak right now properly, even though we write properly, we can compose a mail and everything, but we have lots of grammatical knowledge, what is past perfect continuous, what is present perfect continuous, and all that, but still we can't speak. So don't focus on grammar, I really feel. Even in my classroom, I don't even mention that this is this tense, I don't even say that. I always teach like this, that if you are doing something for a long time, use have been. Yes, I also come across some, some learners who say, okay ma'am, so it is present perfect continuous tense, right? So I continuous and all those things. Just remember that if you are doing something for a long time, if you started before and now also you are continuing, use have been. And same thing, you have to use has been for other people. So I say like that, but still some people are stuck, because I think our education system has programmed our mind in this way. So
Correct.
I would like to, yes, I want to tell everybody that don't go after rules. Just, yes, some rules are important, like you cannot use what had been for a long had been for present moment, you cannot use that. These type of things you need to learn, some basic things. But don't focus on, okay, this is preposition, this is adverb, I need to use one adverb, I need to use these forget about all the terms when you are speaking with someone. Just don't think, let's think like this, that okay, for a long time work have been, right now doing is. Okay, so in this way, remember, try to remember in this way. And while talking with someone, okay, even before talking with someone, while practicing with yourself, then practice these kind of things, like what you are doing now and what you have been doing for a long time. So in this way, practice, so automatically it will come. You don't need to remember the grammar. So Piyush, I absolutely agree with you, learning grammar is not at all what encouraged, but still some students are very much into learning grammar. So those students should listen to this video and stop doing that. Yes, and one more thing, I really feel that some people are afraid of speaking, because they feel like somebody else is better than her, and it mainly happens in group class. Now, whenever I take group class, I could see that there are some people, when even after taking that student's name for a long time, that please tell something, what's your opinion, they are very much hesitant to speak. And when I talk, even they try not to continue with the group class, and they come to the 1:1 classes. So that is the main problem. When I ask her, she says, no, in group class I feel really scared. But then the student should have to understand that you are here to make mistake. More you make mistake, more you will get perfect. So don't compare yourself with anyone. Think only focus on the trainer and or the coach, and focus on yourself. Don't focus on other people. So this is the one thing.